select like a resolution. Like I can select 720, 1080, and then so many gigabytes per second. Like that type of. I would definitely. Yeah, it's definitely yeah. It's 4.1.6. Yeah, it's up and it, that's this has happened maybe 3 or 4 times before. Every time I can come right now without it. It doesn't even show a production. It just stops the screen. The camera stays connected. The audio stays connected. I just gotta go in and create another broadcast. Okay. Okay. Do you have my email? I didn't give it to you this time, but I called it before. Okay. So it's Graham@gmail.com. That's spelled V like Delta, A like Alpha, R like Romeo, V like Victor, Indigo, A like Nancy, B like Bell, R like Romeo, A like Alpha, H like Hotel, A like M like money at Gmail. Brian Yeah. When will you do you because like I think I might have even talked to you before and we kind of went through like a 3 hour troubleshoot and then you were gonna get back to me and I didn't hear back from you. So I've got another broadcast coming up on Saturday. Will you be able to get back to me tomorrow maybe or okay. Sure. All right. Thank you. Yeah, you too.
All right, Trojan fans. Sorry for the interruption here. We've been having some internet connectivity issues with our the huddle camera that we have here in the gym and the software that it gets used, and something's not quite right. So I've been trying to troubleshoot my way through that, but it's been a bit challenging. So anyway, we are back here with the second half of this South Tama Perry game. And the Trojans have kind of closed the distance here, trailing by 2 midway into the third. Blue Jays with the ball in the half court. Kenny gives it off to Levon. Drahos to Davis. Pump fakes. Goes hard into the lane. And we have a foul. And a foul against Jeremy Dolash. Cyrell Etzen just came in a moment ago. South Tama's in some foul trouble with their post players. Etzen, I think, he's going to be leaned on next year for sure as South Tama graduates a good-sized senior class this year. And they'll need some help in the post, that's for sure. Inbound pass to Kenny. It's no good. Etzen, the rebound, up the court to Bridgewater. And Bridgewater on the fast break puts it in for 2, and that ties us up at 36. Trojans kind of hitting the gas pedal a bit here in the third. Caden Kopsa guarding Drake Levon. Give and go to Kenny out in the paint. And Garen Kenny right over top of James Brandt makes it 38-36. 3 minutes to go here in the third. Cade Rosenberger, pump fake, inside to Etzen. Etzen loses the handle. Turnover back to the Blue Jays. They've had several steals tonight. One of the better Class 3A teams kind of in that stack category. Owen Myers slips through the defense and floats one over from the left baseline. 40-36 now. Bridgewater into a double team. Etzen from the elbow. His jumper's off the mark. Etzen picks the pocket of his defender. Gives it off to Brandt, no good. And Bridgewater finishes off for 2. And a whistle as James Brandt went flying into the sideline there. Bridgewater with 14 so far here tonight. Levon looking for a teammate, gets it out to Davis. Myers. Now Levon through a screen, and he rattles one in. Drake Levon, 14 points. 3 different Perry Blue Jays in double figures. Kenny, Levon, and Myers all above 10. Here's Rosenberger. Not sure where to go. Kicks it out to Brandt. Etzen just misses on the putback. Scramble for the loose ball. Kenny and Kopsa tie up. A whistle and a jump ball. (42-38). Perry leading. South Tama knotted it up as 36. But Perry kind of opened the lead back up. Minute 15 on the clock. South Tama just kind of holding pace as they haven't been able to overtake the Blue Jays really tonight. Levon into the lane, back outside. Gets a screen from Kenny. Myers for 3. In and out. Etzen tracks down the rebound. Rosenberger. Ball kicked out of bounds by Myers. Sprightly defense there. And number 12, 44.9 seconds on the clock. South Tama with the ball on the far sideline. Rosenberger to inbound. Now Kopsa from the half-court area. Myers comes out to defend. Bridgewater, one-on-one with Davis. Turns around, no good. Etzen flies in for the rebound. He's been spunky and off the bench here in this third quarter. 26 seconds. Ball tipped out. Stays with South Tama. Good defense there by Drahos for the Blue Jays. Rosenberger to inbound again from the far side. 22 seconds. James Brandt draws a double team. Trojans move the ball into the corner. Really no room to work here, though. Going to have more off-the-ball movement. 11 seconds. Kopsa. And Myers with the steal. He steps out of bounds with 4 seconds left. Into the game for the Blue Jays, number 11, Egan Lieber. Checks in for, who's he coming in for? Levon. 4.5 seconds on the clock. Tail end of the third quarter. South Tama got back into it in the third, but they're still down by 4. And Rosenberger calls a timeout to make sure South Tama can have an opportunity here, as they weren't quite set and ready to go. Coming in and out of that timeout, South Tama has Rosenberger, Kopsa, Bridgewater, Edson, and Brandt. Bridgewater gets the inbound pass in the corner. And the shot against Kenny is no good, but the shot, the putback by Cyril Edson goes through, and South Tama closes to within 2. We'll be back after a word from our sponsors. Thanks for being with us here on Trojan Country.
My drinks down in the club. I always keep that shit on top. My piece flash like a disco ball. I dance like I don't give a fuck. I flush my drinks down in the club. I always keep that shit on top. My piece flash like a disco ball.
And we're back here at the Roundhouse. Darvin Graham with you as we go into the fourth quarter. South Tama trailing Perry 40-42. Last second bucket there by Cyril Edson. Narrowed the lead for Perry, and the Trojans will start with the ball in the fourth quarter. Weiss, Bridgewater, Edson, Dolash, and Rosenberger with it. Loose ball, popped out of bounds, stays with South Tama. And it should be noted, the Blue Jays lost Xander Mahler midway into the third quarter. He went down with took a bad tumble underneath the hoop and had to be helped to the baseline. I see he's kind of trying to walk things out behind the bench. We'll see if he gets back into this one here tonight. Weiss finds Rosenberger in the lane. Fadeaway for Cade Rosenberger is good, and South Tama ties it up again at 42. Rosenberger with 13. And Kenny pops a shot in the middle of the lane. Edson the rebound. Trojans moving quick here up the court. Bridgewater to Edson in the baseline. Three-pointer for Weiss, not there. And the Trojans come down with the offensive rebound. Three-pointer for Edson is good. Cyril Edson, a couple of big buckets here in the second half as he just came in off the bench with Jeremy Dolash and Emerson Bridgewater dealing with some foul trouble. All 3 of them here in the game, though, right now. So South Tama running with a bigger lineup. Got to protect the ball, though. South Tama's had the ball stolen away several times by Perry. Myers, baseline drive, results in a foul. So Owen Myers to the line for 2, and it's going to be against Cade Rosenberger. That will be his first personal, so he's doing all right. Owen Myers for 2, and the first one no good. All right, so Xander Mahler will check back in. So he looks to be all right. Gonna give it a go here in the 4th. He comes in for Davis. Let's see if that changes the composition any for Perry. Myers good on the second one. He's got 11 total tonight. And now the Trojans work it up easy into the half court. Etzen crosses it up. Quick pass inside to Dolash, and it bounces through. Credit the assist to Cade Rosenberger. Seeing his teammate kind of alone in the middle. Blue Jays back in the half court. Kenny goes right at Etzen. He's got a good touch underneath the basket. Undersized for a forward, really more of a guard playing down low, and gets the contact. Puts in the bucket for 2. Kieran Kenny with 15 to lead the Blue Jays, but he's got a couple of teammates right behind him. Levon with 14 and Myers with 11. So we got a timeout on the court. I'd like to say thank you to our winter season sponsors. They include Berkwood Village of Tama, Toledo, Salt Creek Wind, Mercy Care Tama, Iowa Premium, State Bank of Toledo, Hardin's, S&S Car Wash, Crucy Phillips Funeral Home, Appraisal and Realty Services, Robach Lumber, Stein Robach Floor Coverings, Medicap Pharmacy, Mark West and Hoyer Law Office, Assured Partners Insurance, Sharn Weber's, and TFD Photo and Film. All of our Trojan Country broadcasts also made possible by the Charlie Townsley Memorial. Trojans working with a 2-point lead here, 47-45. Really have not led much of this game at all here. So that comes down to kind of a second half push. And now they see themselves right in this thing. Good pass by Rosenberger, finding Etzen down low. He had nobody on him. And Cyril Etzen with 7 key points here in the second half. Kenny kicks it out to Drahos. Three-pointer in the corner is good for Gustavo Drahos. And that narrows the lead to 1 for the STC Trojans. Now Weiss, guarded by Levon. Good pass down low to Rosenberger, and he gets in and through for a bank shot. Cade Rosenberger for 2, Weiss the assist. Off balance three-pointer by Kenny is no good. Weiss tracks down the rebound. Bridgewater from the perimeter. Whips it over to Rosenberger. He tries to give and go with Emerson, but loses the handle, and a foul and a bucket on the other end for the Blue Jays. Owen Myers driving inside. Again, another undersized player on the court for Perry, but he moves pretty athletically, pretty strong at the rim, not afraid to go down low, and gets rewarded there with the end one opportunity. He misses the free throw, but then he gets his own rebound. And Coach David Morris calls timeout to save the possession for Perry. All right, out of this timeout, South Tama maintaining a 1-point lead, but it's really anybody's game at this point. Perry led the whole first half. South Tama pushed back into the third, and now kind of just edged their way to a 1-possession lead. Perry with the ball. Levon guarded by Weiss. Drahos, Kenny, Mahler, he's still kind of gimped up a little bit. He's not 100%. But Levon, open look at the lane. South Tama kind of fell asleep on defense there. And Levon puts in his 16th point of the night. Just over 4 minutes to go left. Both of these teams really looking for another win as they're in the middle of their respective conferences. Weiss looking for the foul. He didn't get the shot to go down. No call. Levon picks up the dribble. Drahos now. Myers in the corner. Myers gets past Bridgewater, but gets rejected by Etzen. Here come the Trojans. Weiss to Etzen in the corner, off the front of the rim, no good. Levon the rebound for Perry. Quick pass up the court. Drahos just can't get it to drop. Myers the putback, no good. Dolash cleans it up for the Trojans. Bridgewater to Etzen. Now Weiss dribbles inside. The little screen there by Dolash. Not a bad look for Weiss. It just kind of rattled out. Myers open at the baseline. Can't get the two-pointer to go. 3 minutes to go now for STC as they trail by 1. Back and forth we go. It had been a while since South Tama had played Perry in basketball. Cyril Etzen getting another look underneath, and he's got some key buckets tonight for South Tama. 53-52. Etzen with 9 points total. Timeout called. And South Tama is going to talk it over. 53-52 the score here. Reminder to the South Tama community, we do have some important dates coming up later this month. As some are aware, the South Tama School District attempting to put up a voter-approved PEPL, physical plant and equipment levy, for a vote. Not a bond, but it is something that has to be approved by voters. And South Tama is going to hold 4 community meetings throughout the month of February. Those are going to be Thursday, February 15th, 7 o'clock at the Tama Civic Center. And then Sunday, February 18th, 2 o'clock at the STC Elementary School Cafeteria. Sunday, February 25th, 4 o'clock at the high school. And the last one's going to be Wednesday, February 28th, 7 a.m. at the community room, the State Bank of Toledo Community Room, downtown Toledo. You can check out www.southtamacountypepl.org. Some information about how South Tama intends to use those voter-approved funds. But it's an important thing. Anytime anytime our local school district has to put things up for a vote, it's important to get out and vote. So be looking into that, get informed, and be ready to cast your vote in March. And a heads-up play there by Daniel Weiss, trying to save the possession with the loose ball scramble underneath the free throw line. Trojans with the timeout, so we go back to the huddle. Both of these teams having kind of above average performances this season. South Tama had been a well below 500, bottom of the WAMAC West standings for the last, I'd say, 5 years. And this year, looking for their 8th win of the season. That's easily the best record so far that they've had since 2018. And Perry's kind of in the same boat. They had an 8-win season last year, but before that, they hadn't seen a winning season since 2016-17, and it had a couple of winless campaigns kind of around 2020. So the wins, they mean a little bit more, I think, in teams like South Tama and Perry. And Rosenberger trying to get it ahead to Etzen, and it goes out of bounds. South Tama just running a little too out ahead of themselves. But still, anybody's game here. 1 point, 53-52 for the Trojans. Here's Levon with the ball, guarded by Weiss. To Kenny. And each team trying to make each possession count as we go under 2 minutes. Screen by Kenny, Levon. And now Kenny drives into the lane. Good contest there by Emerson Bridgewater as the shot falls no good. Pressure by Perry. But the Trojans get it across half court. Etzen slips it over to Rosenberger. Now Bridgewater through a double team against Mahler. Shot's no good, and Kenny comes down with the rebound for Perry. Etzen tries to steal it away, and it will go out of bounds. I think credit Cyril Etzen on that one as he kind of disrupted the pass that was going to go up to Myers, and it went out of bounds. Turnover to the Trojans. And South Tama is going to have to protect the ball as Etzen called for traveling there. So both teams kind of trying to move as quick as they can, and that's creating some turnovers here as we go under a minute. Drahos hands it off to Levon. He gets past Weiss. His shot's no good. He gets his own rebound. Drahos for three. It's good. He's had nothing but three-pointers tonight. He's got 9 total, and this one comes at a critical juncture. 2-point lead for Perry. And looks like we have a foul on Drahos reaching in against Rosenberger. 4th personal against Drahos. Dolash to the bench. James Brandt comes on. Bridgewater out to Weiss. Weiss goes into the paint, puts it up. The foul, and Daniel Weiss will go to the line with 15 seconds left on the clock. Trailing by 2, he can tie it here at the line. Weiss misses on the first. Weiss a 56% free throw shooter coming into tonight. He misses on both. Etzen the rebound though, 15 seconds. South Tama plenty of time to set up a shot here. Brandt drives in. Weiss is going to try it again. And he's fouled one more time. Not a bad idea, honestly. And Weiss is a little slow to get. I think he's all right. And so the foul's going to be on Myers. 10 seconds left. But Daniel Weiss missed 2 free throws just a moment ago. He's a little shooken up as he kind of went straight onto his stomach. And if you don't get your first here, you might intentionally, put the ball off the rim to just try and get the putback. And it's good for the first one. Senior basketball here by the co-captain, Daniel Weiss. Critical free throw. He's got one more. This one's not going to be good. Etzen tries to tip it around. It's no good. Bridgewater, 6.2 got a foul. And Rosenberger gets an arm around Mahler. They're going to look at the clock here, make sure. And 4.2 seconds is going to go back on the clock. So Xander Mahler, the senior, will be at the line for 2 shots. No. He won't be at the line at all here, I don't think. He's setting up like he's going to shoot a free throw, but I don't believe that was a shooting foul, and they're only at 3 team fouls, so. we will see. And again, broadcast reminder, we're going to be live from Williamsburg on Saturday for the district wrestling tournament. That's a all-dayer starting at 10 a.m. Usually runs until late afternoon. And we'll have the coverage for you here on Trojan Country. All the South Tama action you can find with us. Then we'll be back here at the Roundhouse that evening for South Tama hosting Benton. And South Tama is actually going to be the away team in that contest. Benton Community's high school gym is busy with a conference choir event that they have every year, and so they always are not unable to play their first round at home. So South Tama gets the opportunity to host, and we haven't hosted a playoff basketball game here since 2019, I believe. So a good opportunity to come cheer on the Trojans. Okay, Perry with the ball. It will not be free throws, and South Tama is going to have to foul again. But Perry's taking care of the ball pretty well here, and that's going to do it here. That's still not Levon lining up like he's going to shoot, but that's the fourth team foul. And so it'll be another inbounds with 0.9 seconds. That's not going to be enough time. And final score, Perry wins by 1 point, 55-54. The Blue Jays move to 9-12. South Tama falls to 7-12. Blue Jays next will take on Nevada. They'll be on the road at Nevada tomorrow evening. And then we all await our playoff seedings. On Monday, it was supposed to be when the Boys Association is going to announce playoff brackets for Class 3A. And so we'll find out then where Perry and where South Tama is going to go on the 19th. So February 19th is the first round game for the boys. South Tama has a makeup game coming up next week, so we're going to have that one. That's Thursday, February 12th. And we'll have that here on Trojan Country. That's a makeup game with Williamsburg at home. And then they'll again play on Monday the 19th. But we yet to be determined where that's going to be. So good night of basketball here. South Tama coming back, rallying back into the game into the second half. But Perry just kind of a little too put together. They protected the ball a little bit better. The scoring kind of dried up for them in the second half, but their defense kind of stuck through, and you can see why they're a top team in steals. Their guards really kind of play above their weight a little bit. So congrats to them on a good win. South Tama also, coming back and not a bad loss for them at all, and they'll get ready for. They go on the road to West Delaware tomorrow evening. So one more for them this week, and then they're off until next Thursday. Okay, we are going to sign off here from the Roundhouse. Everybody have a great evening. Thanks for being with us here on Trojan Country. Good night and go Trojans.